Hi, I'm Mark.
I'm Kirsten.
And in 2003, we knew that we wanted to move abroad but had no idea how to go about it. So we subscribed to International Living magazine. And after almost 10 years of reading it cover to cover, we left Chicago and moved to Penang, Malaysia. And we're so glad that we did, because we experienced so many wonderful things. We rewired ourselves and taught ourselves how to work online. But after 8 years and a pandemic, we decided it was time to move closer to home, to be closer to our family. So in January of this year, we decided to give Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, a discovery tour to see if it was something that we could live and enjoy. And so far, the results have been really good.
We're loving it. It's loud, it's boisterous, it's colorful, it's everything you expect Mexico to be. And when IL heard that we were here, they asked us to test drive the other coast, the Riviera Maya. And of course we said yes, because who wouldn't? And we used to do this for them in Southeast Asia, but this will be our first time doing it in Mexico. And we're gonna go to Playa del Carmen, Akumal, and Tulum, and discover what the lifestyle is like there. And things like co-working spaces and the beaches, the restaurants, things that are important to our lifestyle, also cost of living and of course that kind of stuff, but things that are important to living there if you're gonna choose that place to live, because we can live anywhere.
Right.
And so we're taking you with us every step of the way, everywhere we go.
So stay tuned. We're gonna report back the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Definitely the ugly.
Yeah. And maybe this will be really helpful for you. That's our plan.
Stay tuned.
Bye.
Bye. Want to learn more about living, retiring, traveling, or investing in Mexico? Click the link below for a comprehensive free report. Mark and I are finally taking a break from all the research to come up to the rooftop pool at Siempre Ipana, where we're staying, just a few minutes from Fifth Avenue. With all the hubbub and craziness of that, you come back to Ipana and it's quiet, like a little cocoon. It's beautiful here. Plus, having this rooftop pool pretty much to ourselves doesn't suck. I mean, in a minute I'm going to the bar. But needless to say, there are 4 pools here. We'll take you on a tour in a little bit. There's 4 pools here, there's a pool table, and there's actually a workout room. I'm not going to it, but Mark probably will. And I'll be at the bar drinking. So that's what breaks are for, right? So this is the pool, enjoying every minute of it.
Check out this view from on top of Ipana. It's amazing. Beautiful day here in Playa del Carmen. This whole structure has got 4 pools connected by roofs. And they're still working on the last phase, but this is one of the nicest places I've ever stayed in. So close to the beach, but far enough away from all the noise. It's well built, perfectly finished. They have really good setup here, because you're just minutes away from the action, but quiet here. So if you want to get away from it all, here's the place. As you can see, it's pretty quiet in the middle of the day, but with so many pools, you always have a choice. And then in addition to all this, there's an amazing workout facility, which is clean, well laid out, and it's got cardio as well as weights. Very well done, this whole property. We'll take you through it and give you a full show in just a second here.
Free workout shirt.
Oh, really? This is the pool that leads up into the workout facility. So the developer took a lot of time when they laid this out. They've got an aerobics room here and then a full gym, well laid out, good equipment with free weights as well as mirrors, TV, and then you're looking out over the pools, as you can see. Pretty well thought out. There's even a kids club, so in high season, the children have a place to go if they're not into working out while you're working out. And I don't know how I did, but I forgot the best part, which is the bar. As you can see, full bar. Yes, Kirsten's the best part. But in addition to liquor, there are some small snacks offered here, as well as that amazing view. So unfortunately for us, we're stuck here on a rooftop pool overlooking in the background. That's Cozumel in the distance. And we're in Playa del Carmen. And we started today.
Yeah, we were trying to go to the beach this afternoon, but we went and it wasn't great. So we decided, what should we do? Let's go to the pool. And there's a lot of hotels here that have rooftop pools. You can just go, you can eat, you can drink, enjoy the day, and hang out at the pool. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Tuesday, and here we are enjoying this amazing view and this amazing pool. You should show them the pool.
Yeah, it's very cool. And actually, in the background, we're on this side filming, but behind us, maybe off in the distance, you can see they're filming a reality TV show. We'll try to give you a glimpse of what the pool looks like. Check us out.
Exactly. Fun on Tuesday. That's Playa del Carmen. Welcome to Playa.
It's not just us having fun here.
This is Tuesday in Playa del Carmen.
Wish you guys were here. So now that we've had a couple minutes to actually relax and kind of do a recap about what we liked about Playa del Carmen
and didn't like.
Yeah. So for me, probably the single most important thing is the ease of integration into life there, because almost everybody speaks enough English that you could go there. We have limited Spanish skills.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, Kirsten's Spanish is much better than mine. But I think if you had no Spanish skills, except for very basic, you can get along there. So I think that's a big plus.
Yeah. And one of the big things for me, a big pro for me, is the food options. I mean, there are a lot of food options. I mean, everything from Greek to Turkish to Lebanese to obviously Mexican, but I mean...
Yeah, and even kosher barbecue, which was a surprise.
Very cool. So that's a plus.
So, and after that, I would say entertainment. After living in Malaysia for a long time, there is some, at least where we lived, there wasn't a lot of entertainment options, at least for Western folks. But in Playa, there is like music every second or third restaurant.
Yeah.
There's plays and shows and all sorts of entertainment things. And I guess for me personally, there's mariachis. I wouldn't say that I would move for mariachis.
You might.
But that's like the cherry
Tacos
on
and mariachis?
top. I love mariachis. They make me giggle. They make me happy. Who doesn't love mustached people walking around
in very tight suits
for a couple of pesos, just trying to make people happy and smile?
Yeah. And I think another big amenity for me, or a big plus for me, are the amenities. I mean, you really can get what you need there. Creature comforts, you can get everything that you need that is kind of I don't want to say a Western amenity, but things that make you comfortable in a new place, you can get there. And if you can't get them in Playa, you can get them in Cancun. So it's pretty much, you can get everything you need there easily.
And Amazon Mexico.
Yeah, big time.
If it's not in a local store, you can always get it delivered.
Yeah.
Maybe not in a day like in the States, but maybe in a day. It really depends.
Mercado Libre is their version of Amazon, so you got that option as well.
Right. So you have some pretty good roundabout options if you're missing home.
Yeah. So those are our top pros. All right. So we couldn't do the pros without doing the cons. We told you we were going to do the good, the bad, and the ugly. So here's the ugly. You start.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you live in the States, and I know the readership lives all around, one of the things people always ask us is, how's the crime there? And, we've been living in Mexico for almost 5 months now, and yes, there's crime here. But from my observation, there seems to be far less violent crime here that we've experienced than there certainly is in big cities all throughout the country in the U.S. We're from Chicago, so enough said. I mean, just watch the crime statistics anytime. So that would be something. But
far scarier.
It's one of those things that if you act silly and you walk around drunk and
Buying
stumbling,
drugs randomly.
right, buying drugs from street people, then
Right.
probably that could happen to you. And if you make yourself like an obvious victim to a pickpocket by, taking a lot of money out of an ATM and flashing it around,
Wearing your gold and diamond jewels. Just don't do it.
It's just common sense stuff. I think you can eliminate about 95%.
Yeah. Another thing for me is the sargassum, the seaweed. But it's only a couple months out of the year, and you have options. So yeah, it's there. But when you live somewhere full time, you are not at the beach every day. And if you are, you can still walk on the beach. It's not like you can't. It's just that it may not be as perfect and idyllic as you want it to be all year long. So there's a couple months it's not great, but so then you go to the pool and you hang out, or you go to the cenotes and you hang out. You got options here. So it's a thing, but it's not really a big deal.
Yeah, I think the best reaction we heard from a friend of ours is basically said, look, you know what, it's much less of a deal to me because I live here. It's just when the tourists come,
right,
and they're here for a week and they're stuck with a beach that's covered with the seaweed, they don't like it. I get that, truly. But
we went swimming with the turtles with the seaweed,
and it was magical. Yeah. So. And then I guess the last thing is that there is a lot of great housing here. However, the options for rent can be really pricey.
Yeah.
There definitely is some bargains, but they may be in neighborhoods that are kind of sketch or far away. And honestly, I don't want to move to another country to live far away. That defeats the whole purpose. The idea is to...
close to the beach. 20-minute walking to the beach, that's our requirement.
Yeah, that's the outer edge. 20-minute walk, no problem. Closer is better. We've blessed in PB, we're within 8 minutes. So
those are the cons. We're still trying to work out our full feelings about it all,
right.
But
and
stay
the magazine will definitely have more in-depth about these locations. So stay tuned with the postcards and read the magazine.
Ciao or adios.
Today we want to talk to you about the pros and cons of Tulum.
I think the biggest pro are the beaches. I mean, wow. Absolutely stunning. Yeah. Powder soft sand, like confectioner sugar, powder soft, like fluffy little sand particles, and the bluest of blue ocean. I mean, absolutely stunning. It's literally, everywhere you look, it's beautiful. But it's not just the beaches, everything is beautiful. The people are beautiful, the restaurants are beautiful, the architecture has been built for photographers. It's like a photographer's dream.
It really is, yeah. And it's like where the beautiful people come to be seen, and it's a little stimulating almost, because there's so many people running around, dashing about. I mean, we weren't even here at high season, and it was crazy.
And it's really luxurious. I mean, everything is top shelf, right? So it is luxury everywhere you look. So it's a top shelf place.
Yeah, it is an amazing destination, great service, etc. The other thing that was obvious after about 10 minutes there is that any kind of outdoor activity you'd ever want to do is available, from zip lining to scubaing through tunnels in the cenote, all sorts of obviously other scuba and snorkel activities.
Stand-up paddle
boarding, you name it, basically, it's all available. You want to rent a 200-foot yacht between you and 4 of your friends? You got it. I mean,
and there's like the sweat lodges and like all the Mayan traditional ritual stuff that you can do, and
healings,
stuff
and
sound bathing.
I mean, all sorts of really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with all that high-end stuff, there are some negative things, and probably the most obvious thing is that there really is no bargains anywhere. There are some things that are moderately priced, but no bargains.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like you can find things that are more affordable, but you have to really dig.
Right. Like,
whereas in other places,
street tacos in the Pueblo that are like $1.50, which is a value, but it's not anywhere near the beach.
Right. I mean, even still, you have to really dig to find those bargains. It's not as easy as just like walking down the street and finding them. Things are expensive.
Right.
So, and the other big thing is the traffic. It's
brutal.
Horrible. And we were there in shoulder season, and it is wall to wall. The one beach road is just packed wall to wall to wall. You know, we ended up renting a scooter because we were trying to get around and seeing all these things, and we know we couldn't do it in the car because we tried that the first day.
Yeah, I mean, literally, we were a couple miles away and maybe 3 miles away from our hotel, tops 4, and it took an hour to get back in the evening. And, you know, I couldn't imagine that during high season when they're at a capacity there.
Yeah, it'd be insane.
I mean,
maddening.
Because of it's only a two-lane street, and you have the buggies on the side of the road, and you have tour buses that are pulling over and hotel buses, and then there's a lot of pedestrian traffic, so it's really tough.
Yeah.
And even if you tried to take like a regular push bike, you'd be a mess because you would just be sweating by the time you got there, and you'd be dead on the way.
It's fine it's fine if you don't mind sweating because you're going to the beach, but if you're going to go out for a lunch or a dinner, you don't really you're going to show up a disgusting sweaty mess.
Right.
So that's annoying for sure. So I mean, I think for us, Tulum is an amazing place to vacation.
Great vacation spot. Yeah.
But I don't think it's a place that we could live full time.
No, I don't think, unless we won the lottery, I wouldn't feel really comfortable living there.
Yeah.
I would definitely go back again and
for
again
vacation.
because vacation, you can just see that water is fantastic. The sand is wonderful, but other than that, this wouldn't be for us.
Yeah, but we're going to give you more detail about all that in the magazine, so stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned.
Adios.